Hey, what up dudes, Insane Isaiah 64 here. Welcome back to more Banjo Kazooie. Last time we pretty much beat the game, did everything, collected everything. Well, not completely everything, as you'll see in just a moment. But we have like 10, almost 11 hours on our save file just from recording and all that stuff. But we're back. I apologize for this episode being super late, as getting sick was not on the menu. Was not on my bingo board, no, it wasn't. But there's two things we can do, and we're gonna do them. One of them involves going back to Banjo's house. And yes, Gruntilda's still under that rock over there. At least, like, when you beat this game, at least it shows the boss still under the rock. Unlike some other N64 games like Ocarina of Time, for example. Ow. Alright, starting this off great. Ocarina of Time, for example, and like Majora's Mask and those games where like the bosses stay alive after the post-credits and everything. Or when you reload the game. Here it doesn't. If you go to the roof of Gruntilda's lair, it'll just play the ending cutscene. Which I always thought was interesting. But going back home to where it all started, there is something in here for us to do. And it's a bit of a secret. Yeah, Banjo's house. There's the bed, the kitchen. It's got a cuckoo clock. And then, nightstand, weird picture of him. I think it's from like a beta game or something that Rare was making before this became Banjo-Kazooie. And there's the portrait of the beach where we were at the ending cutscene. Can I get burned by this fireplace? Nah, I can't even touch it. Banjo's got some books. You can't read what they say though. No portrait, everything. But the secret in here is this photo right here of bottles. If it'll let me. Oh, hey! You found my secret moving picture game. Complete this puzzle and you can win a mystery prize. It better be good. Soil brains. Do I get some new moves? Or maybe. Now watch this. Use a control stick to move Banjo's hand. Press A to pick up, and put down pieces B to return to them to the side, or the left or right C buttons to rotate them. Yeah, so this is like a little picture game. You don't have to worry about rotating right now, but later on, as these get harder, you will. This is pretty self-explanatory, though. Whoops, I wanted to put it right here. Precision is everything in this. As you'll see, I might mess up a couple pieces here and there. But yeah, this picture game was actually used for the sequel too that we'll be getting into in the future. This is how you unlock new levels in the Banjo-Tooie. You have to really pay attention to the photo and match it with the each pieces. It'll help you out a lot. Whoop, that's a corner piece. Corner pieces are easy. Hey, you did it. It was easy, Beetle Breath. What do we win? Listen carefully, and I'll tell you. Use the tiles on the floors of Sand Castle and Treasure Trove Cove to spell the words Bottle Bonus 1. Go and give it a try. We actually will be giving that a try in a minute. I'll show all the bottle stuff too, because we're going to be doing all the levels in this. There is 7 levels to these games, and each one of them does get harder. And you just got to look at picture bottles again to do the next level. If for whatever reason your N64 gets resetted and you're in the middle of doing this, you have to start over from level 1. Or if you save it and come back to it later. If you save and come back to it later, it also resets it as well. So you have to kind of have to do this all in one shot. But yeah, this is just a little extra thing you can do in the game. It really doesn't add too much. Like, you don't have to do this. I'm just choosing to do this because it's part of the game. I did say I would do a bonus episode, and here it is. But besides this we got going on, we also have the stop and swap stuff to go out and collect. I already typed it all in and everything. So once we see all the bottle bonuses, we'll do that too, and that's pretty much it for this bonus episode. This one isn't too bad either. Now they're gonna start rotating them. Yippee! That's it. Now go ahead and enter the word bottle bonus 2 on the sandcastle floor. If you had the internet back in the day, you would have found these. Why not try level 3? You would have saw a whole list and didn't have to remember it. You had to actually write these down if you wanted to use them. That's not a corner piece, is it? This is. And yeah, Banjo will move around in the photo too. Now, it does get tricky because some dark areas, it does get kind of hard to look at the image and where Banjo is. You're gonna be hearing that sound effect a lot of it telling me no, and I do apologize for that. Can't spend too much time thinking in this either. You gotta hurry. You're on a timer. But if you like puzzles, here you go. Oops. This one I actually might fail at. Oh, no, we got it. Also, if you look in the picture too, there's the Jiggy's still there. I don't think I've ever seen him break that door though to get that Jiggy. Or to go anywhere near it. Auto bonus 3. Oh yeah, I have to be close to it. I don't want to keep backing away. I think it's not gonna work if I'm just like standing that close to it. This is level 4. Namnut's home. It takes you to different places around the game too, which I always found. I always thought was pretty cool. But yeah, Banjo can get a little bit distracting, so that's not a corner piece, is it? No, it is. I'm dumb. All these yeah, see what I mean by dark areas? It's a little hard to know what you're putting down sometimes. Sometimes it's just good to put a piece. That is a top piece. The way they're shaped too can really throw you off. The when they rotate them and stuff like that. Whoops, come on. Nope, that's not. That one. If you want to challenge yourself with this, try like doing it all in one go without failing. It's really brutal. Nope. And precision is everything with this. It's not easy to do it on an N64 controller. It's a little floaty. That's the only way I can describe it. Controlling Banjo's arm like that, it feels floaty. Feels a little slippery too. Battle bonus 4. Dude, so far I'm on a roll. Let's keep this going. Level 5 is waiting. Yeah, bottles. Tip-Top's lair. If you do pay attention to when the pictures fly out like that, you can kind of get a head start a little bit. Now I ask, which is better? Banjo moving around like this, or him getting stuck in one place? That's kind of funny. It activated the Tip-Top memory right there. Shoot, I'm getting tripped up by this piece. It has been a while since they've done this too. Nope, get that out of there. It is a top piece. There we go. One more. And we're done. Let's go. I'm impressed. Don't try a bottle bonus 5. Tier 5 or 4 is my favorite one. But you'll see after all this. Just one more level left, guys. He's lying. There's another one after this. This one's pretty tough, though. It's in Man Monster Mansion, of course. But there's this green ghost that flies around, and that can be a bit distracting sometimes. Also, when you see nothing but green on all the pieces, yeah, that can be... It can throw you off. It throws me off a little bit sometimes. Whip. Nope. Sometimes you'll see me... Whoops. You'll see me put a piece down. I don't mean to put it there. There it is. You can kind of guess your way through it, but... It can only get you so far. Nope, that one. Yeah, see, sometimes I want to put it in one area. Nope. Sometimes they'll just do random moves too. Well, I didn't think anyone would do that. One. Well done. Here's your last prize. This big bottles bonus. That one's a good one too. He does have one more, but he doesn't. Not gonna give it to us. I got no more games left for you to play now. You gotta go back out and go back in, and he'll give it to you. Ha! Fooled you. I've got one really special prize left. Let's see if you do this one. Feather face. I'm ready, goggles. Here we go. Now this one can be annoying because it's all yellow. It can be a little distracting, so there's that bee flying around. But yeah, the last one's in Click Clock Woods. I say it's tough, but then I make it look easy. But I'm just kind of like looking at the environments, really. There's like no secret to it. I'm just going. I never actually done all these as a kid. I've only just played the base game and that's it. I never ever fiddled with these before. Probably because I would get annoyed at this. But then again, when you're a kid, you don't really have patience for stuff like this. Nope, that goes in this corner. Some pieces do look familiar to me, so it's a bit easier for me to pinpoint them a little bit. Nope. Ah, 5 seconds left. No, I thought I had more time. Damn. Yeah, I'll try again. 3 pieces, though. I failed at the last one. That's not bad, actually. And yes, he says this every time. Alright, pals. I wasn't even looking at the pieces that time. Oh, well, YOLO. Also, I'm trying to stay focused so I can get this done. There we go. 25 seconds. That time does slip away. Thanks for getting close, Kazooie. Nope. What am I doing? Bam. Done. Hey. You must have cheated to do that. No way, Bug Splurper. Now hand over the special prize. Oh, very well. To enter this code, Wishy-Washy Banjo for some good, clean fun. Alright then, Bottles. I will be off. Let's go check those out. There really isn't too much to those. They just changed Banjo's appearances. You'll see in a minute. It's kind of funny, actually. But while we're traveling back to Gruntilda's lair, I want to tell you about Stop and Swop a little bit. So, back when this game was being developed, Rare had an idea to give this game more content, to transfer to the sequel. To do that, you would have to take out a cartridge of Banjo-Kazooie and put in a cartridge of Banjo-Tooie. Well, first you have to turn off the game console, then you would do that. And the items in the Stop and Swap would be transferred to Banjo-Tooie. Unfortunately, there's no way to do that legit, unless you're on the Xbox Live version. That version lets you do it right away. In fact, it actually puts in all the codes and everything for you to allow all the Stop and Swap items to be transferred. I'll probably talk more about the rewards and stuff with Stop and Swap when we get to play Banjo-Tooie, because there's a thing you gotta do to get that. You gotta get a hen to lay eggs for you in order to get those codes and all that stuff. And the Xbox Live does treat it differently. And something I didn't know, the ice key they showed was supposed to be in Donkey Kong 64, so Donkey Kong's supposed to get these items too. But like I said there, you already punched all those in. So you don't have to sit here and watch me. I don't have to spare some time on editing. Yeah, see? But the items of Stop and Swap was funny because when I read about it, they didn't tell Nintendo about it. Rare didn't. So when they were developing it, Nintendo didn't like the fact that people would have to swap game cartridges. So they kind of just canceled it on them, or told them, yeah, we can't have this we can't have kids taking their cartridge out of the game while the console's on, because that'll damage it. You would have to do it in like 10 seconds. It was called cold swapping, to believe. Almost collected a music note there. There's a lot to it. I would recommend looking it up on YouTube. There's many people who talked about it, going over to high detail about it. I watched so many iceberg videos on like Banjo-Kazooie in general that talks about it. But it's definitely very interesting. Let's do bottle bonus one. So you start with Bottles, B-O-D-D. L E S, and then you would spell out bonus. Then I fucked up. Hold up. I missed the S, that was a problem. Then O-N-E. Look at you. To change back, just type in no bonuses. You can actually do this again, too. Oh, you have to leave and go back in. But yeah, it just changes Banjo's appearance. This one gives him a big head. And then TWO. And 2 is this. He's got big hands and big feet. It is ridiculous. No, I don't think this increases his hitbox either. Oh, I can't type it in again. Okay, cool. I guess the first time it didn't want me to. Oh, no, now it stopped. That's weird. It was like okay with it for 3 seconds. I won't go out into the world and do too much with this. I just want to show that this is a thing. And it's funny. Now, bottle bonus 3. Yeah, Kazooie's got a big head. Even she isn't safe. I think that's the only Kazooie related one besides the big Banjo. And then for FO... Wait, you need to find the F. There it is. O-U-R. Look at this long Banjo. He also got a tiny head too. Looks like a hot dog. He really does. This one's ridiculous, but I love it. Look at him. Look at lanky boy. Now, if you try to type these in before doing the moving picture game, nothing will happen. It just doesn't. It doesn't do this sound effect. So unfortunately, you can't do this early. And I believe if you save and go back in, it just removes it, I believe. I could be wrong on that, and I don't really care to find that out for you, because we're on a roll with this. And then, which one is it? Oh, wait, I messed this one up. The next one is big bottles. Oh wait, no, it isn't. It's 5. I'm getting ahead of myself. Nice about having 2 monitors playing an old N64 game like this that has codes is you can just glance to the right. V, where's the V? Okay, good. I didn't mess that up. This one's my favorite. You get long Banjo, but he has big hands and big feet. It looks a little weird when you talon trot too, because it looks like he has extra height. Yeah, and this Kazooie slinks down. Ridiculous. Yeah, this one's my favorite, and the big bottles bonus is my favorite. And you just type in big and then bottle bonus. Yeah, there we go. Big bottle bonus. If your Kazooie's big too. That kind of just combines. That just makes them really big. Mine's all the big aspects of Banjo. I still like the 5th one because it's just ridiculous. And now the last one to showcase, and that is Wishy Washy Banjo. Something... Oh, actually, I'll talk about it in a minute. Let me type this in first. Focus on this. I don't want to mess this up. Oop. I know commentating is so hard. Alright, here it is. Hey, that much bad magic washer not as good as bear. Don't come bawling to Mumbo if you can't get through all worlds. Yes, it turns you to a washing machine. Something that didn't happen. There's a chance that I believe there's a chance that Mumbo can turn you to a washer, but it's like an error. And he'll just turn you right back to what you're supposed to be transformed into. But this, you can play as a washer. And Kazooie's invisible, even though the backpack's kind of digged into the ground. But yeah, I don't think that was something that could happen, but we never seen it, so it's kind of rare. But he can turn you into a washing machine and then turn you back. And yes, you can fly around with this, all sorts of stuff. Functions the same as like playing as Banjo, it's just be your washing machine. Like I said earlier, there isn't too much, anything too crazy about these. They're just fun gag transformations, if you will. And to return to normal, you gotta type in no bonuses. I just realized I didn't have to leave to reset the room. If you just miss a letter, you can just hit it again. It'll confirm it. I'm so used to typing in the stop and swap stuff and going back out and going back in to reset the room. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to the bottle bonuses. But like I said, the last thing we can do is the stop and swap stuff. Now, the stop and swap stuff, to type all that in, you would have to come in here and type in cheat. It sounds like a cow, don't ask why. And then after you type in cheat, I kid you not, you have to type in this whole long ass code that says, for the pink egg, cheat, out of the sea it rises to reveal more secret prizes. You have to type in every letter of that. So you do CHAT for cheat, then OUT for out, OF for of, and then THE for C, and then so on and so forth. I've already done this ahead of time, so we don't have to sit here and do that. But back in the day to do this, it's a pain in the ass, because there's two things will happen. You'll type in the whole thing, and it will show you that the code worked, or nothing will happen, you look like a doofus in this room. But like I said earlier, I've already done all that and stuff like that. These codes were found out through people digging through the files of this game, and they found out the codes and posted them online, so you can collect them, but they do nothing. But I thought it'd be fun to kind of end this series on just collecting some stop and swap stuff and kind of just talking about it here and there, because it is an interesting piece of gaming lore, if you will. Snackers, I really don't have time for you. But back then, I thought this was cool as shit. Because, like, Mumbo shows you this really secret thing that you can potentially get in, that you can't really get in the game. But Nerds Online found out the codes and posted them, so that everyone can do this. And yes, here's that famous scene you saw of Banjo climbing in the preview. It's a long way up. And there's also some unique music being played here too. When you find these secrets, that fanfare is very unique too. But yeah, there it is. A big old pink egg. Ooh, an egg. I'm sure we'll find a use for this somewhere. If you're playing the Xbox Live version, he says it'll be used in Banjo Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. Which again is a game I really don't care too much for. But that is the Xbox Live version. Knackers, you're not getting a piece of my ass. You already had it earlier, man. But if you pause the menu after picking that up, you go all the way to the right. It's right there. In all its glory. Unused. Well, the transfer is unused. This is used, and you can pick it up. It also did have a unique sparkle animation too, which I always thought was kind of interesting. There is dialogue that Banjo-Kazooie do share between the first two eggs and the ice key, but then after that, they don't really talk about it anymore. Because the feature went unused, and, you know, they only made dialogue for 3 of them. out of the rest of them. I did see back in the day there was a video I found, which I thought was real, of Mumbo showing all the stop and swap items. But that's not true. You probably could find that exact video too I'm talking about, but I tried looking, I couldn't find it. I couldn't find any of the stop and swap old ass videos back in the day. Probably because I suck at searching stuff. The next one is in Gobies, which is up this way. Technically Freezy Peak is next, but we're gonna go to Gobies and pick this up. You're probably thinking, well, why collect these if there's not really a point in it? I just want to pick up colorful eggs. Listen, Easter's almost here. Might as well collect some colorful eggs while we're at it. Plus, I don't normally count this towards completion, but you kind of can if you want to. You can pick them up. Technically, if it is pick upable in a collected-on game, technically it kind of counts towards progression, but I don't fully count it because you can't use it, so that's up to you. That's a whole debate you could have if you count the stop and swap items 101% in this game, or you just count them as nothing. What's also interesting is that the rooms they put the stop and swap items in, the pink egg, the blue egg, the cyan egg, and the ice key all have rooms. Green, yellow, and red eggs don't have a special room. They're kind of just out in the open, weirdly enough. Let's run there, actually. This will be fun. There's that magic carpet. I just gotta wait for this dude. Yeah, there's that door's open up there. I would show me typing all the codes, but really that's all it is. There's nothing too special about it besides going and collecting these. I do like that fanfare. Yeah, that Zack Switch Mumbo was showing. Here it is. In all its glory. A big old blue egg. Wow. Another one of those special eggs. That's all Banjo says. I thought Kazooie chimes in. I guess she doesn't. I think it's the ice key where she does chime in. Another interesting thing about the stop and swap items is once you pick them up, the game already has these in all the save files. Even if you delete the save file we're playing on right now, it still has all the stop and swap items. There is a code to fully delete them, but, you know, what's the point? Kind of like picking these up, what's the point of that? I don't know. I thought this would be fun to do. Kind of reminisce an old feature that they could have had in this game, but it sadly got removed. Right, so the next one is a Freezy Peak, which is just up ahead. There was another video I saw back in the day. It was another fake stop and swap video, but the way it was presented, it had the video started out with like Banjo jumping through the portrait in Gruntilda's lair, you know, the one in the beginning. And he would go through it, and on the other side of it was like a whole stop and swap thing. It was a fake ass video, but I still like thought it was interesting. And by interesting, I mean like someone actually like made something like that. It looked convincing too. My dumbass self thought maybe there's a way to get these to work, you know, that no one's discovered yet. But no, these don't work. It's just not intended. This cave is the other side, right? Or am I wrong? Ow. Oh no, there's his cave. It took me getting beaten by an ice cube to remember where his cave is. Yeah, right over here. Hey buddy. Don't worry, I'm just here to pick up an ice key that can't be used. It's a whole thing. What's up, Jinjo? Yeah, look at that. This was the, this ice key you can actually see, or someone actually was able to, like, go through the wall with a code and pick this up, and that's what led to the discovery of Stop and Swop being added to the menus. It just disappears. There's no special effect or anything. Cool, enormous ice key. We gotta keep this for later. Yeah, it does nothing. It melts in our pocket. I didn't mention Donkey Kong 64 earlier. Apparently that ice key was supposed to be used in Donkey Kong 64. There was like a Banjo Kazooie freezer that it was supposed to be used on, and I would imagine DK would walk through it. It would take him to somewhere in Donkey Kong 64. I think it takes you to the Crystal Cave, but you can get there normally. But there used to be like an extra room in some player guides of Banjo Kazooie. Or not Banjo Kazooie, Donkey Kong 64 did show an extra room in the Crystal Caves that was gonna have the ice key be used in. There's also a golden statue too, which is a whole nother thing. Which I always thought was kind of interesting, that the ice key probably had more than one use, at least an additional use. Besides just Banjo-Tooie. But I am happy to say there is... in Banjo-Tooie, at least, you can use the pink and blue and ice key in the N64 version to unlock some stuff, which we'll get to that in the future. And for some reason, I almost fell right there. And for some reason, Mad Monster Mansion has two. A green egg and a cyan egg. Which I like to believe maybe they were gonna put the green egg in the swamp, and Bubble Goose Swamp at one point, but then they were just like, there were like some point during development they were gonna add an extra room. Because I don't know, it feels like the green egg should be in Bubble Goose Swamp. But maybe it's just the color is what makes me think that. But I like to think maybe they would have thought of a room in there, you know? You are not getting me, Bat. Yeah, the cyan egg is down here. Remember that barrel that was blocked? Well, now it's open. And there it is. For some reason, there's water in here. And he says nothing. But that is the last Stop and Swop egg that it has its own special room. The rest of them are kind of just out and about. Well, I mean, unless you want to count the captain's cabin as its own special room, but I don't, because you go in there normally. Kind of like the same as the green egg in here, where Lagu is. Break and entering. Get out of here. You're ruining this special moment. Green. And that's about it for Mad Monster Mansion. The red one is in our oh so favorite level, Rusty Bucket Bay. I can't see. There we go. Other than that, that's really all I have to say about the Stop and Swop stuff. They're just special items that are going to be used, and then Nintendo's like, nah, fam, you gotta cancel this. Can't have people swapping game cartridges while the console's on. I think that's what probably the main reason they didn't want kids doing that. They just didn't want people damaging their consoles while trying to do this. So maybe it was a good call, I don't know. Yay, we're here. Back to hell. This place will be fun on a randomizer. I'll be ready to punish myself for that. Captain's cabin is up that way. I remember now. Actually, I should probably start memorizing stuff in this. Going back to my old video, old episodes and remembering where things are. I'm gonna need it. Actually, did it show? I'll have to look back, but did it show the red egg on this bed when it did that bottles game? Because honestly, I didn't even think about that if this would show up during that. I do like the red color on that. Get out of here. Alright, last stop, the Clock Woods. This one's also in a weird spot. Yeah, this show shows up in only winter. And actually, I don't need a fly pad to get to it. You just gotta go up this way. It's in Nabnut's house, funny enough. Or weird enough, I should say. I didn't think I was gonna make that. Lucky. They're probably thinking, oh, did it put it in the storage room in Nabnut's house? No, it kind of just put it on his coffee table. Yeah, I don't know what the purpose of that is either. Again, I like to think they would have made special rooms for these eggs if it didn't get canceled, but... or Nintendo didn't pull the plug on the whole thing. But who knows, really. Yep, they're just there chilling. I'm just gonna take this from you, and I'll be on my way out. Now, I'm nuts, alright? Yeah, nothing. That's pretty much what I expected. Home, sweet home. Let's check our items. See this beautiful, beautiful screen. Nice. Yeah, completely pointless to get this, but I thought it'd be fun to get it, you know? Kind of reminisce of something of the past. That is pretty much everything you can get in this game, really. Besides that, and besides the bottle bonuses I showed off earlier, that's really all I wanted to just show, like, hey, this is a cool thing. Can't get it to work, but I mean, it's just kind of cool to watch and just collect. What could have been, right? But anyways, thank you so much for joining me on this series from start to finish. I really do appreciate it. I can't get him to send the chair, right? There we go. But this isn't the end of Baron Bird, no. We got randomizers to do, and I'll be starting to post randomizers soon. As soon as this video goes up, I'll be working on that probably right away. I got Ocarina of Time to do too, so they'll be out eventually. But I think I'll work on this first before going over to that to work on that. So, but we'll see, it varies. I might change my mind and do Ocarina of Time first before that. But thank you so much for hanging out with me, really appreciate it. If you like, I have social media links in the description below. It's also friends links as well if you wish to check them out. I greatly appreciate it. If not, it's whatever. Other than that, that's really about it. This is the end to Banjo-Kazooie, but not the end completely. There's still more Baron Bird adventure to be had in randomizing, so I hope you join me for that and look forward to those as well. I'll try to get them done as soon as possible. I am feeling 100% better. I might have a little gravel in my voice through recording this whole episode if you listen to it or not. But other than that, I appreciate your patience. I'll try to get stuff out as soon as I possibly can. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Oh, you know what? I didn't show the game over screen. It's amazing. Well, actually, it's something. You know what? I'll show it. Hold on. That'll be a good way to end this. Had to watch that whole cutscene just to show you this. This is what happens when you save and you don't save your sister in time. Banjo's game ends in my tower. Turn up. I need full power. Alright. Yes, your grunty ship transformation soon be complete. Help me, Banjo. I feel all funny. Baron Bird finish. Grunty's wins. Look at Grunty, she's a beauty. I'm much prettier than Tootie. You still kept the same old laugh. Mumbo. Grunty, nice. Come back to Mumbo Skull. Yes. Banjo, your sister wants a word with you. Now. And that's what happens when you don't save your sister.